What up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless, and we are finally back with episode 2 of the Fearless Show of season 2. With my co-host, as always, Mr. Dries Walker. Say what up.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, artist Dries Walker. Thanks for coming back. Welcome to the second of our second season.
So, we made a post earlier. We have been kind of quiet the last 2 weeks or so. Ran into some computer issues and then had some problems with our host, and we finally decided to move hosts. So we did all that.
Switching things up.
Yeah, we did all that, and we're finally back up and running. We have a ton of posts this week. So if you have not checked the site, you need to do that. There's a ton of shit out there. And
lots of new stuff.
And the site is faster than ever.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot quicker, and we'll be posting quite a lot. So just check out everything that just came out and keep your eyes peeled for the next stuff that's about to drop.
So, since our last episode, there's been a lot of shit going on, kind of. And, I was kind of looking through what we wanted to talk about topic-wise. And it's kind of hard to not talk about the topic, considering it's the only thing that is popping up on the news. And since you're in New York, man, I want to ask you about this Muslim ban going on and how they say it's an immigration ban, but we know what it is.
Right. They say it's an immigration ban, but it's, the Muslim ban, what they're calling it, is kind of fucking ridiculous that they actually designed that shit, first of all. Second of all, so what's going down out here? Like, immediately when that happened, like, it was just weird that he did that, because there were a lot of things in motion already. Like people were in midair, like on a flight, and then like as soon as they landed, were like about to get deported. Even though they had like green cards or papers and stuff, and like he had to later make a statement saying that the intention wasn't to like harass people that have like green cards and whatnot, but there were a lot of problems. Like immediately it just like jammed shit up. So like all the taxi drivers and like I guess not so many Uber but Lyft drivers protested by basically picketing the airport and not driving. So there was like a car shortage. But then I think Uber caught some flack for some of their drivers still operating, and like they just took away the surge, so there wasn't like an extra fare.
Oh, they were trying to cash in. They were 100% trying to cash in.
Exactly. So they got flack for that. But yeah, so people were protesting. They're protesting in the streets still, like every day. Like yesterday, I saw like an Instagram Live or Facebook Live video. Like my chair from my program at SVA, Mark Drive, he was out there just with his camera phone, just like watching and marching with everybody to say no against the ban. And I was like, damn, this shit is like, we need to make sure. It's just basically everybody's pissed, and like everybody's trying to like let it be known. Basically.
Man, I've been seeing, man. Shit back home is looking fucking wild right now. I'm looking on the news like, goddamn. Shit just fucking took office, and shit's just fucking crazy.
It has been nonstop since the election, basically. Since everybody found out the news, and then everything he's done since he's been in office is just, it's crazy. Because it impacts people's lives on a ground level, like not just like some trickle down politics that immediately fucks shit up.
Yeah. I mean, two hoopers out here that I don't know personally, but I have some teammates that know them personally. They they couldn't go back to Iran where they were playing this season.
Oh, really?
They like had a break and they were they went to Dubai for the break. And over the break, you put that shit in, and then when they tried to like fly back to their teams, to finish the season, they couldn't get back in the country.
Ah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I know some people immediately impacted from that too, man.
Yeah, man. If the world was like, what? Like, so people like all these other countries, all the countries that got banned could have like basically reacted with the same ban, and then like.
It's
just a weird, like, Trump just is dumb, basically.
This shit's unbelievable. That's all I can say.
I can't believe what's happening. It's really like they're trying to do the worst they can. Like, it feels like they're trying. Like, doesn't that what it feels like?
I mean,
like
kind of, because now they got this whole shit with Russia and
the education with the education.
I didn't even think of the education one, yeah. And then now you got the whole shit with Russia.
Everybody's going in on that right now. They spelled, a recent thing, they spelled W.B. Du Bois' name wrong on something issued from them, like, from the Secretary of Education, like, the government, like, official, they spelled his name wrong. And they had to, like, do something to, like, edit it or something, like, retract and, like, repost, but I couldn't believe that, like, and she doesn't have, like, a degree in education, a master's degree in education or anything. Like, I don't know if she has a degree in or did like anything specifically.
Liberal arts or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was, like, liberal arts, I think. And, like, I don't know, it was just weird. Everybody's mad about her, too, but whatever.
Everybody's just fucking mad right now, man. That's all I can say.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
For good reason.
I'm kind of glad I'm not back at the crib right now. Shit's too loud. Shit needs to get settled by the time I get back, man.
For real, though.
But enough of politics. I'm sure you guys get enough of that shit just like we do.
Just had to get that off real quick.
Yeah, I had to get that off the chest.
So back to something more entertaining.
Let's get to the main topic of the show, of this episode. We're going to do it just like we did for the Grammys. The Oscars are upcoming, and over our little hiatus, they announced the nominations. And we're going to put our picks and predictions out there, just like we did for the Grammys.
That's right. So we got the nominees.
Refresh. Tell you what's what?
Let's see. I got the list here. So I'm looking at...
I'll start. Yeah, okay, we'll start. We'll just go through each specific, category we're going to talk about and make our picks.
Word.
So, Best Picture, Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight.
Ugh. The Oscars, baby. I'm like, what's gonna happen this year? It's really hard, honestly. Because it's the Oscars, I would say La La Land, but I want Moonlight to win. Moonlight's who I prefer to win, but I think because it's the Oscars, La La Land will win.
Yeah, it is a tough one this year. There's a lot of good movies, a lot of Oscar buzz for a lot of these movies.
Definitely. That's not saying anything against those other movies. Those were just like my standouts. Like
the ones that I would have, the top three ones I would say that had the most chance of winning were La La Land, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. And since you took La La Land, which was going to be my pick, I'm going to have to say Manchester by the Sea.
Ooh. I don't think so, my friend. That's a solid third, though.
It's a solid third. It's gotten a lot of buzz.
It definitely has.
It's got Matt Damon. Of critical
Matt Damon's
buzz.
Matt Damon's not being them though.
It's got a ton of buzz. So
I'm just being a hater on Matt Damon, but
he's not. Good one. Well, see, that's how I know you don't know the movie, because it's not Matt Damon. It's Casey Affleck.
Oh, it's Casey Affleck. Oh, man. Did I say Matt Damon?
You did say Matt Damon.
Is he a director on it?
He's not a director on it, and he has nothing to
Oh,
do
he's a
with Manchester
producer.
by the Sea.
He's a producer. He put money in on it. That's what happened.
You sure about that?
I know he
I
did.
mean, I don't know.
He has to be involved.
I haven't seen
guarantee
Moonlight, so I can't say personally. But as much as buzz has gotten, it's hard to see it winning over those two movies. And we're talking about the Oscars, you know. So
The Oscars. You
I'm
never
gonna go
know.
with
That
the
one
odds.
might take the cake. It could.
My first pick was La La Land,
Yeah.
but since you took that, I'm gonna go Manchester by the Sea.
All right.
All right, actor in the leading role: Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea; Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge; Ryan Gosling, La La Land; Viggo Mortensen, Captain Fantastic; and Denzel Washington, Fences.
I mean, I just have to stay consistent on that one and go Ryan Gosling.
Nah. Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea. I don't even think it's gonna be close.
No.
No.
I didn't see Manchester by the Sea.
We'll talk about him after, but that's my pick.
Game time. Well, we'll see. I wanted to give it to Denzel, but the movie was not quite the same. It had it. I don't think it was. I don't think it had enough of a range. The range was, but it was actually really good. It was a really good slowed down like movie because it was like a play.
I think maybe any other year, but not this year. There's too many.
Yeah, there's too many heavy hitters.
Actress in a leading role: Isabel Huppert, Elle, Ruth Negga, Loving, Natalie Portman, Jackie, Emma Stone, La La Land, and Meryl Streep, Florence Foster Jenkins.
I mean, the simple fact that Meryl Streep's nominated, I haven't seen her movie, Florence Foster Jenkins, but I suppose I should, because Meryl always always captures a character crazily. Like, she does everything really well, but I haven't seen Jackie yet either. I've seen snippets, like, but I haven't seen that either. It's a tough one. I don't know who's gonna get the Oscar. The Oscar goes to Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Okay. That's a solid choice. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Emma Stone just because La La Land's getting so much buzz. I think she might get her first win.
That would be amazing. That's the only reason I was worried, because I don't know if they're gonna give it to a newbie like that, just off jump.
I think she might get her first win, just because of how much buzz the movie is getting.
Is this her first nod? Like, how many nods has she gotten?
I'm not sure. I can't. I would assume it's her first nod. I can't think of a serious movie she's been in outside of.
Right.
So
yeah,
I would have to assume that it's her first nod. Actor in a supporting role.
Oh wait, it says on the website this is her second Academy Award nomination. She was previously nominated for Birdman. Oh, she was in Birdman. That's right.
She was personally nominated, or the movie?
Yeah, she was actress in the supporting role.
Oh, okay. Nah, I forgot she was in there.
Definitely. So
I didn't like that movie that much, anyways.
It was a weird movie, but it was well done.
Actor in a supporting role.
In the way it was with. So,
Mahershala Ali, Moonlight, Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges, Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel, Lion, Michael Shannon, Nocturnal Animals.
I mean, I just have to say Mahershala Ali in Moonlight. Dog, that's my pick. Off jump. Just that movie was just really fucking good. And he was like, you never seen a father figure drug dealing, spoiler alert, black male on TV like that or in a movie like that. It was so interesting how caring he put like emotion into that character. So I think he deserves it.
This is a tough one for me. Because Lucas Hedges is the kid in Manchester by the Sea.
Mm.
And he did a pretty damn good job. And then Jeff Bridges is Jeff Bridges, and he was dope in Hell or High Water. And then you have Ali, who is obviously did a pretty good job in Moonlight. So, I'm gonna have to go Mahershala Ali. I'm gonna have to say the same.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say the same for that one.
I mean,
even though I won't be surprised if Lucas Hedges somehow sneaks this win. Because you know they like kid performers.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. I don't know though. What would that do?
I'm gonna stick with Ali, and we'll see. But I'm not surprised if Hedges comes and sneaks out.
It's a good call. It'll be tight. It'll be close.
Actress in a supporting role: Viola Davis, Fences, Naomi Harris, Moonlight, Nicole Kidman, Lion, Octavia Spencer, Hidden Figures, or Michelle Williams, Manchester by the Sea.
See, that's tough. That's actually really tough. The actress category, all of those women delivered like really dope performances. They all had their own like emotional, maybe even tear-jerking moments. But for me, it's between Viola Davis and Naomi Harris. Naomi Harris delivered a pretty cool, very convincing and like just very specific moment. But I think Viola Davis made the movie Fences. Like without her, Fences wouldn't have been as great as it was a project. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. That's a safe pick.
But yeah, I was just saying, Naomi Harris, she was dope in Moonlight. But, you know, I just, personally, I don't like how, you know, just in reference to the history of Oscar nominations, she was like a crackhead. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Crackhead mother. And, you know, that's like when Denzel was a
love their drug addict.
They love their busted up black characters. So, like, I don't want to give it to her because of the character, but she did it really well. So,
well, I think she's gonna win it because Moonlight's got a lot of buzz, and I think she's gonna win Best Actress.
And she's from the UK. She's from the UK, so she's probably got a lot of pull in there.
I'm gonna go with Naomi Harris. That's
a safe pick.
Viola Davis is a very safe pick.
No, she's not a safe pick.
Known anatomy.
It's not a safe pick. Naomi Harris is the safe pick because Moonlight's been blowing up.
Which is why I think he will, because I think more people have seen it.
We'll see.
All right, last two. Writing for an adapted screenplay: Arrival, Fences, Hidden Figures, Lion, and Moonlight.
That's actually a little bit tougher.
I think this is a tough one.
I'm like, because the writing is adapted screenplay. Because the thing about it is there's text and the research that went into Hidden Figures by itself, and then like it culminating into the movie and the way that was put together is dope. Like Fences, same thing. Like that was a play that they basically performed over 100 times, Denzel and Viola Davis together, and then they completely changed it, but like kept the roots of where it came from on screen. So like that adapted screenplay is like brilliant. Just to like add just enough from what they had on stage to like make it a little bit more feature film esque, but keep that play atmosphere. But then all of them, you know, Moonlight, fucking amazing. Shit, I mean, like there's like bits and pieces of the director's life in that. So, like, he's like giving us tales of Miami and like where he came from. So that's like beautiful. I would have to say Moonlight wins, but that's again.
Is that your final choice?
That's tough. Yep, I have to say so.
All right. Well, mine came down between Arrival and Moonlight. I think Arrival is the sleeper and was very good actually, and I think it was very well written. But again, I think Moonlight's gotten so much buzz at this point. I think it's gonna win again.
It should. It should. It deserves it.
So I'm gonna go Moonlight.
Moonlight, it is. Hopefully.
Last choice: writing, original screenplay, Hell or High Water, La La Land, The Lobster, Manchester by the Sea, and 20th Century Women.
Well, I'm gonna just
I'm gonna say mine first. Manchester by the Sea.
Of course you're gonna say it. Manchester by the Sea. Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say it. La La Land. We already know.
I think Manchester by the Sea had more buzz for its writing and screenplay than, you know, La La Land. So I'm gonna stick with Manchester by the Sea.
Okay. Well, those are the picks.
oh, we missed one. One more.
What else we got?
We're gonna go cinematography. It's pretty good one. So, Arrival, La La Land, Lion, Moonlight, and Silence.
Do you want to go first?
La La Land.
Moonlight.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You gotta think about it. Like La La Land, they gotta do the dancing and the singing, and then all the way they got the sky and everything. Like
I know, but that's like
gonna give it way more credit because you have to do more for a musical.
That's a separate style of production. But
you have to do more for musicals. So I think they will give it the nod for that.
Yeah, but it's harder to shoot outside and to do these things that they're completely different. Their ways of shooting, they're completely separate ways of filming. And montage of like putting a story together. So I'm gonna go with Moonlight just because that movie is made to look like a painting. Like everything was dope. It was like really subtle, but I think because of how simple it was, it's like really hard to do that. I'm gonna go with Moonlight. That's my pick for cinematography.
Okay, you can be wrong.
Because there are a lot of low cuts.
I'll just stick with La La Land.
Yeah. You stick with La La Land. That's a solid pick. That's my second pick after Moonlight.
Well, we don't have too long to wait. The Oscars air February 26th. So by the time we do this next show, we will, we can talk about who was right more, which would probably be me.
Mm-hmm. Did we already say directing? Did we do the directing?
Who's in the category?
Oh yeah, well, Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight.
No, we did not do directing.
Word. Well, obviously, based on my choice in cinematography, I'm gonna have to go with directing on Moonlight. Because he had a child actor. He had to have 3 different. Everything was dope. It was a good movie.
Yeah, as much as I would want to say Moonlight, I just don't think Oscars are going to pick it. I think La La Land's going to win again.
I know. I started this thing trying to pick all the safe ones, but like, I'm just picking who I want to win.
I really think La La Land's going to win just because the Oscars love musicals.
They have to give it to them. Like,
they've been talking so much about it leading up to it. I think it's gonna win quite big on that Sunday.
Right.
So I'm gonna La La Land.
Oh, let's do one more. There's one more nomination that I want to talk about. Last one. Documentary feature. We got Fire at Sea, I Am Not Your Negro. That's the James Baldwin flick.
Yeah, I know
Life
why you want to do this one.
Animated, OJ, Made in America, and 13th. That's a big category. That's so many crazy documentaries in one year.
See, I've only seen one of those. That's OJ.
Oh, I've seen 3 of them. Well,
So I'm gonna go ahead and say OJ, Made in America.
Oh, that's a solid choice. That is actually a good choice, but it is the Oscars though.
But it is OJ though.
It is OJ though. It is OJ, but the problem is that 13th made more waves than OJ this year in terms of the documentary.
I don't even know what 13th is.
I know it's a Netflix one. It's on Netflix. It's dope. It's a crime. It's basically what's her name? Ava DuVernay. She's the director.
Wait, is it like the Hispanic one?
No, that's the this is about like the prison industrial complex, but she has to go back to like through American history. I'm trying to Well, basically that is a solid choice, but I would have to go with either 13th or the James Baldwin flick. I haven't seen the James Baldwin flick, so 13th and OJ and Fire C, the only ones that I saw. So I guess I'd have to say 13th since I've seen that one.
Well, it sounds way more boring than OJ, so I'm gonna go with OJ. America. Everybody loves a good OJ story.
Good
They're
OJ
going
story.
with OJ.
They probably will. But I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to the I'm Not Your Negro with Jimmy Baldwin.
I would be.
That would be crazy.
I would be very surprised if he did.
That would be amazing, but weird. I don't know if that would be a good look for them, but all right. That's it. That's all. There's so many other categories, but those are the standout categories that we decided to go through. Make sure you check out the Oscars and, double check our predictions. We'll probably talk about that, obviously, to see who can brag about what. But, yeah.
Moonlight. So check back next show and see how much I win by.
Moonlight. La La Land. Oscars.
So now that, we have our predictions.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the movies that are being nominated for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
So which ones have you seen out of the group?
Let's see. Out of the group for Best Picture, I've seen Fences, Moonlight, and La La Land is not something I've seen. I just know that the Oscars are going to pick that shit. But I can't talk about La La Land because I haven't seen it. I just had to say La La Land one more time because...
Did you see Hidden Figures?
I definitely saw Hidden Figures. But I need to rewatch that movie because I was actually really tired when I watched it. I'm not going to lie. I watched it online. I'm sorry, movie theaters. I'm going to go watch that one in theaters. But anyways, all I'm going to talk about is Fences and Moonlight.
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised Hidden Figures even got nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the movie, but just the type of movie it is, those type of movies normally don't get nominated for Best Picture, so I'm pretty surprised.
Mm-hmm. It was making noise.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. I'm very surprised, actually.
Shout out to Raji P. Henson for and all the other actors on Hidden Figures. That's crazy. That is actually weird, though. I didn't expect that. But I didn't expect just, Fences
by the numbers type of historical adaptation.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few that I didn't think would get as much nominations, but it's really cool that they did. So, whatevs, we'll see. What movies did you see on Best Picture list?
I saw Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, and Manchester by the Sea.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yep.
that's right. Well, tell me about Arrival. How was that? I was interested, but I just didn't get around to it. I wasn't sure.
Arrival is, my type of movie. Sci-fi,
Right.
alien, human encounter type of movie. Like, I love those type of movies.
Mm.
But I was like you when the previews came out. I was like, yeah, it looks okay, but it didn't look like anything special,
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided I'd check it out when I checked it out, whenever that was, and then I kept hearing all this buzz it was getting when I saw I got nominated for Best Picture. I was surprised. I didn't see the movie, but I was surprised to see that it got that much, critical love.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think it did
well,
that
sci-fi
amazing
movie to get, yeah. To get nominated.
Yeah, and I didn't think it got that much commercial success. But but after seeing it, I will say it is it's kind of unexpected and how like cerebral it is and like thoughtful it is. It's not like in your face action wise or like big explosions here and there. No, it's kind of like a quiet sci-fi film.
Oh, okay.
That's more about, more thoughtful than like probably anything I've seen in that genre.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And yeah, I mean, the mystery isn't like, turns out to be not as big of a mystery, but it's just like kind of cool just to see. Like, it's almost very realistic and grounded in the way it's done. So
yeah.
No, it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
I guess I'll give it a shot.
It's not better than Alien, which I'll take it over that any movie, but it was interesting.
It's like one of the greatest alien sci-fi movies of all time.
But I mean, other than that, I'll say like Manchester by the Sea. I plan on doing reactions to this eventually, maybe next week.
Yeah.
It is man, it's a tough watch.
Yeah.
It's a very slow burn movie.
It looks like one.
I would say it's very intentional in what it does and what it's trying to like convey.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the ending's not very satisfying. But and the first, I don't know, 30 minutes or maybe even a little bit longer than that is very, very slow.
Yeah.
But I will say when it picks up and when it gets into like the heart of things, Casey Affleck fucking destroyed that role, yo.
Yeah.
Like I don't get real emotional when I see shit, like movies especially. That one was like hard to watch, yo. Like there's like at points of time I was like, like I was feeling everything like that he was feeling. Like it was an emotional fucking movie. Like it was people that were in there like bawling their fucking eyes out, yo. Like and the way he pulled it off, it was like it's so understated, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not in your face like this is why I'm sad or this like it's just like it feels so real that it's like it pulls you in just because it's just how real it is. Like it's just like this is life, basically. That's the type of movie it is. This is fucking life and tragedy, basically. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And Casey Affleck, I will say, just fucking murdered that role. And if you don't get emotional and choked up, like watching some of those fucking scenes.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a soul because like some of the shit was like fucking heart wrenching, yo. Like I don't get emotional watching shit, but like that one was
Yeah.
like, yo, that shit was tough to fucking watch. Like it's one of those movies. I'm glad I saw it one time, but I probably won't, see it again.
Yeah. It's one of those like really.
But it's definitely a role that will definitely stick with you after the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why it's getting so much buzz. Like I don't think necessarily it was the best movie, but the acting,
Yeah,
and how real it felt was definitely like fucking. Yeah, it was tough, man. It's tough to watch.
Hacksaw Ridge looks sad too. Like I haven't seen that one yet, but that one looked like
Hacksaw Ridge is good. It was surprisingly good. Well, I won't say surprising, but it was good.
I thought it was gonna be good. It looked good. I mean,
yeah, I won't say surprising.
It started out
like,
looking like it looked like it had a little bit of a cheesiness to it, but then like
that's
just because I watched
like,
the whole trailer, like it just seemed like they were gonna build a character like that showed courage basically, and like wasn't actually.
It was kind of like gonna be too good to be true type of story, and like
right
overblown everything, and like
it looked like is this like
dramatic.
when
it's just
Forrest Gump
generic,
goes, except like he's serious or something, like is this like a not funny version of like,
But no, it was actually well done, well executed, and I would say like the whole story isn't just about him, and it's about like the whole conflict and how everybody, the whole unit as a whole was kind of getting through it. Obviously, there was still about him, which is a true story, which is even crazier.
Yeah, right?
When you see it, and it's like, basically it's about a guy during World War II when they go to Japan. They call him a conscientious objector, but he's just not. He's not that, but he refuses his religion. He refuses to pick up a weapon like a gun.
Yeah.
To even pick one up, or to hurt somebody. But he wants to help out and he wants to save people and be a medic, and he's out there in the field with everybody else with no weapon whatsoever on the front lines, and he ends up saving like 75 of his people, and it was like one of the bloodiest battles throughout the whole war, especially in Japan, on the Japan front, and it was good. There's some fucking gruesome parts, like it's directed by Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah, Mel Gibson likes blood.
He was finally allowed back into Hollywood.
Yeah, for real though.
So
he finally apologized to the right people, basically.
Yeah. So he's not. He's never been one to shy away from the violence and the gore. So it's definitely in there.
Braveheart.
There's some shocking parts in there.
Nice. Game time.
And Hell or High Water, man. Hell or High Water was it was good. Like it was another one where it was like, it wasn't like a huge story. Like it was a small story,
Right.
Even though it's about these two brothers who like robbing banks and like stuff and trying to save, their land or whatever. But even with that, it's still like a small, intimate story about basically these two brothers, and like one in particular with his trying to why he's doing it, and whatnot, and it was just one movie that was again like just super well acted by everybody involved. So like it was definitely carried by the acting more than the actual story. But it was well done. I can see why it got so much critical acclaim.
Right.
But other than that, that's only two I see. So you can talk about
oh yeah.
Your favorite Moonlight.
That's just a dope movie. It was just crazy. Like, my reaction is gonna come soon. I just have to let you guys know, like right now, this is like, it's just like a weird, sad story. Like it's it's not even, there's no way around it. There's some awkward moments for sure. Like I'll just say that.
I
Like,
mean,
I
it's an
wasn't.
awkward topic.
It's an awkward topic. It's like something. So basically, there's an issue that's usually not in the forefront as a discussion topic in movies and films. So, not only is there sort of this sexual orientation question being posed, it's presented in like a setting that we're not familiar with those two stories like ever being told at the same time. So like this is about a young gay black man that grew up as a kid and was basically formed by his environment and basically, you know, you couldn't tell that he had, a swaying sexuality, but it was always there behind, that shell that he built up that basically reflected what his community wanted to see. Like, was the ladies' man, the pusher, the guy that's, doing what he needs to do, got the grill, got the gold chain. But that was all because he got bullied as a younger kid, trying to be himself. Like, even in the very first scene, there's like there's bullies that. So basically, the movie's great because it's really interesting. It goes through several key moments in the main character's life, basically, and each moment is like a section of the movie, like each key area of his life. So it's really interesting just to see how those play out, and you get to see basically a young boy go to be a man, and like it kind of concludes with like an unresolved but sort of a resolve where for the character at least they found some comfort. But I mean, the music, like you never see like a hood movie with classical music for one. Like there were classical hood scenes that you would see in any hood movie, except there was classical music like orchestra behind it. And it changed the whole perception of it. And then like a lot of the shooting was done low to the ground, like shot under the characters and, from a distance for like these very like lush wide camera shots, and like you could slowly zoom in. It was really artistically done, and so for me that's why I really liked it. It's because like the sound editing, everything that looped together. There was even moments where they cut like what the actor was saying with this music and chopped it off, and it was really artistic and well done, I think. So I just liked it overall as a creative project. And so that's why I was giving it so much props in terms of the nominations.
So what you're saying is it lived up to the hype?
It lived up to the hype. I was worried about it. I was like, this better not be a gimmick, honestly. I was scared. Like I didn't want to watch it and be disappointed, because then I would have felt bad like afterwards, like it was a bad movie. But it was a great movie. So I was like, okay, all right. It really lived up to the hype. It's not just noise. It's not just like, oh, this is a great movie. Like, it's a really good movie. I was like, just like you were saying, in terms of like moments, like Janelle Monáe is in this movie, and she's a singer, but she's an actress as well now, and she does very well. I was very surprised by her performance because she was able to at least let me not remember it's her, like she could be the character. So that was nice.
Wasn't she in Hidden Figures too?
I think so. Janelle Monáe. Let's see. But yeah, all in all, it was just brilliant. It's just brilliant. But the other film.
And who was your pick? You picked Ryan Gosling for actor.
I did.
You going?
Wait, did I?
Embarrassed. Yes, you did.
Don't
try to back out now. You did.
Okay, I did. I did. I probably did. Yeah. I was going with what. See, I told you at the beginning. I started with what I thought the Oscars might pick instead, and then I was like, all right, now I'm picking exactly what I want.
All I gotta say is, Manchester by the Sea. If you haven't seen it, just see it one time.
I'll watch it
for Casey Affleck performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's one scene with him and like his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit's hard. Bro, that shit was hard.
Okay.
Fucking like rip your heart out. Like, yo.
Yeah.
That shit was hard. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to
go
check
see
that
it.
out. I'll check it out for sure. Once. At least once.
It's a one-time movie. I mean,
yeah.
Unless you're like a masochist, it's a one-time movie. It's like 7 pounds. I've only seen 7 pounds one time.
Oh yeah, that was too much. That was a lot. Like, it was a great movie, but yeah.
Depressing.
I was like, oof.
I was like, well, that was good. That was hella depressing. I don't need to see that again.
Yeah. Well, shit. What was the other movie? Offenses. Denzel. So this was actually Fences for me was actually a pretty cool movie. It's different because it's not handled the same as most feature films or motion pictures like that are box office hits. They don't really there's really only like one place you see everybody, like the house that they live at. Yeah, it's really like the son, like, you know, there's mentions of him and what he does at school and activities, but you don't really see that stuff. You see almost basically like a stage entrance and stage exit where they get home, they talk, and there's certain situations.
I mean, the play, they don't leave their yard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is the whole, you know, kind of the whole title of the thing, you know, Fences.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
This old fence that we yeah, so basically there is a play on the fence during the movie. It's not just random. Like
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but
literally and figuratively.
Exactly. They do a whole thing about it. So they figuratively demonstrate it throughout the movie, and then they hit you with a full-on conversation about its metaphor. They just give that to the audience in conversation about it. So it's really interesting in that regard because it seems like a very generous play, like in terms of the scripting, because it's basically like a 3-person, 4-person show. There's just other characters here and there, but for the most part, it's just Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, the son, and like maybe one other person, like Denzel's friend or something like that. But yeah, like it's really cool to see the dynamic that played out between basically a guy. Denzel's an old legend that basically never made it. He's a athlete, like a sports legend that got the scholarship but didn't go, kind of thing, or got the chance to play pros but didn't quite make it, you know, but beat all the guys that, you know, became major posters, you know, like it's like the Shaq on the streets that never made it to be Shaq, kind of thing, but for baseball. So he always held a grudge about sports, and that was a big thing between him and his son, and it basically created like a rift between them. But I won't give all away too much, but basically I loved Denzel's character was so strong, but like Viola Davis's character, she was like the glue between him as the dad and then the son.
Yeah, she looked like she gave, you know, one of her legendary performances.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was definitely a great performance. And I think Denzel was the
Casey
director.
Affleck, but
yeah, I don't know about that one. That's a hard deal. I haven't seen the movie yet, so
yeah, go see it. You'll see.
Casey Affleck's not
I mean,
on my list.
These two
of
movies kind of bring
actors.
me to the last point I want to talk about. Is the huge difference between this year's Oscars and last year's Oscars.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
How we went from Oscars so white to to now we had 6 African Americans being nominated, and 3 primarily African American movies, or 4. I'll say 4 super diverse movies nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's a complete.
My main question is: Do you think this was a conscientious effort to make this more diverse, or do you think it was just natural from the movies that were out this year?
Honestly, I mean, to be 100% honest, fully candid, like you said, you were surprised Hidden Figures made it through. I was surprised Hidden Figures made it through because of Fences. That was Denzel's acting debut. This is like him doing his Clint Eastwood for the first time.
False. He did Antoine Fisher.
Oh yeah, that's true, Antoine Fisher. But this one, that was I loved that movie too for a while. We used to watch that a lot. But so there's elements of that, and so he's obviously got to be in there. But it feels like it was just timing because Moonlight. I mean, that's an independent like kind of thing. Like they had to do the film festival circuit before they sold it and like blew it up. So like So
do you think it was natural, or do you think it was conscientious effort
for the Oscars? I mean, that's really hard to say. Like, what didn't get a nod? That are like, what movies were great that were missed because they're not on the list? Like that's what I want to know.
I think people were surprised like Jackie didn't get more of a push at the Oscars, and I think there were a couple others. But that's the biggest one that comes to mind that got pushed in like the Golden Globes, I think it is.
Yeah.
But didn't get it in the Oscars.
Star Wars didn't get very many nods. If any. Fantastic Beasts, I bet people were really into that. Hoping it got more.
You're talking about which one, Episode 7, or are you talking about Rogue One? Is Rogue One eligible?
Oh, it's probably not eligible.
Is it?
I don't know. It does. Well, I feel like it would have something. It would have.
I'm not surprised. This is still a sci-fi blockbuster movie. I don't think they really give a shit. They just made like
Rogue One was eligible. They have a nomination for sound mixing.
I'm not surprised. I mean, those type of movies don't get a ton of nod. I don't really think they care after they count their billions they've made. So
yeah.
But my thing is, you never answered the question.
What?
Do you think it's conscientious effort by the Oscars, or do you think it was just a normal cycle?
I mean, looking at the sheer numbers, I feel like it has to be a little bit conscious. I'm not going to say they like worked really hard to make it more inclusive, but there were definitely people voting because of the way it looked last year. Like they were giving the fair chance. Like, all right, you know what? It's close between these two, but because they're black, or like because this is a more diverse film, they're gonna get the extra point this year instead of the lesser point, and then it goes the other way. So I think maybe they got more points this year because of that sort of urban influence. Fucking bullshit term, urban. But yeah. It definitely seems intentional by the Oscars to who's gonna host, actually? That's a good question. Who's hosting?
I'm not sure.
Well,
but I will say I don't think it was so much intentional on their part. I think it's kind of a happy coincidence. I think they're extremely happy that all these good diverse movies came out this year,
Right.
following especially last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody deserves it.
but again, like you said, I do think in the back of they had it in the back of their minds when they were voting this time.
Right.
You know, um, I'm not. That's not to say it influenced it over this movie or this movie, but I am still surprised Hidden Figures got in, especially like when Beast of No Nation didn't get in last year, which is insane to me.
Yeah, I was surprised. There was a lot of noise for that. So,
but when it comes to like Fences and Moonlight and Lion, I'm not surprised those got the nods because those are just good movies,
right?
And I think that they were like you said, they're doing the rounds. And I think a movie with Denzel and Viola Davis both in it, and one as acting and performance heavy as that, I think it's a no brainer that's gonna get a nod. And
yeah, like how
Moonlight
could you not?
Been getting buzz, and Moonlight's been getting buzz since like March of last year, so I'm not surprised in that one either. So
right.
I think it's kind of a happy coincidence on their part, that they got in.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're definitely happy at the Oscar committee,
Right. They're like, thank God.
You're like, see? Told you.
Right. We're giving credit where it's due.
I just think it's just one of those rare years where we had a lot of really solid, diverse movies. And I mean, hopefully this will show more producers and companies that these movies can be successful and that they kind of back more of them, because I think when you have a wider range of voice out there, it makes all movies better. So
right,
I think that's the biggest thing this will do. Like, will show like, yeah, you can be successful talking about like these things and talking about them outside of the normal, stereotypical way. So
yeah, definitely creates a wider conversation,
because they talked about gay black youth, and it's not. If I'm a producer, you tell me that's the movie you're making, I'm thinking it's not going to sell and it's not going to do well.
Yeah, like nobody's going to see that. Like, that sounds amazing, but a lot of people are going to see that. It's so good. And it's really cool because I did watch an interview of, I think the director's name is it Barry Jenkins, I think?
Yep, Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, he was talking about how he just got total freedom. Like, they really just wanted his idea to come to light and how freeing that was to tell the story the way he wanted to tell it. So I just thought that was dope that, they heard what it was about and they still said, yeah, do whatever, because he was talking about how, like, some of the music is, like, chopped and screwed, like, the sounds, but they're, like, new sounds that are, like, screwed now, so they're slowed down. So that was really cool, because it reminded me of, it told me that was South, too, because that was, like, Southern style, like, it's, like, Texas, like, and it filtered through, so that was cool. But, like, for him to be like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do, like, with a director, and, to try to get funding, and they're like, yeah, go for it. It's pretty tight.
Well, we might have our next director outside of Spike Lee.
That'd be tight.
Who's been doing some terrible movies, so, lately.
Yeah, well, he just did, he just finished wrapping up, he just finished something. I forgot what it's called, but hopefully it's good, basically. Spike.
But that was a good talk. That was
Chirac wasn't that bad though.
Yeah, but it got a lot of flack. A ton of flack, actually.
It's because he gave everybody a pump fake. He didn't tell everybody what it was. He made it sound like one thing, and then everybody went and saw it and was like, "Oh, this is what it is." It's a musical, basically, too, like kind of situation.
Yeah.
So it's a hip opera. He didn't tell people it was a hip hop like opera of sorts. So
people weren't happy.
Yeah, they weren't happy. He should have came out the gate.
But that's it.
But yeah, that's it, y'all.
That's it for episode 2, season 2 of the Fearless Show. We just went through all the Oscars, made our picks.
Oscars 2017.
Talked about some of them big movies. Check back in, a couple weeks, and we should have our winners.
Mm-hmm.
See how we did.
Yes, we will.
But until then, check out livinglifefearless.co over the next week or so, and we will have a lot of our reactions to these movies that are being talked about for nominations. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our mailing list that goes out every week with all our content that we put out. And we've been putting out quite a bit, and it's only going to increase. So you definitely want to subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
So check back in soon, and our next podcast will be our music files, where we talk about our Grammy winners. So also check for that.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely want to check out the Grammys conversation. So stay tuned for the next Fearless Show, but also make sure you check out the music files.
Yep. So that's it. Thanks for listening. Catch y'all later.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.